Welcome to Sean Can't Cook, but John can. Sean and I have been actors for many years, but I assure you, this is no act. He really can't cook. I'm going to teach Sean, and you at home, how to feel more comfortable in the kitchen, preparing tasty recipes that even the most novice of cooks can create. I will show you step by step how to construct each dish so that when your friends come over, they'll ask, "How'd you learn how to make that?" If you already know how to cook, I hope you'll find a few recipes to add to your repertoire. Let's see what's on today's menu. Hello and welcome to Season 9, Episode 4 of Sean Can't Cook, but John can.
I like potatoes.
I like potatoes. I like that. I like that you like potatoes. And guess what? We're making potatoes. I found this beast. This is a russet potato, and we're going to make this today. We're going to turn this into something that looks a little bit more elegant than this little knobby thing. I have a spare one in case we need a little bit more. We're making, I didn't tell anybody, did I? I didn't tell you. You don't know what we're making.
I said
he
I
just
like
shows up and like, what are we making?
I like potatoes because I see them.
We're making potatoes Anna or potatoes Anna, depending how you say that. Anna, Anna, potato. Oh, I just came up with that. Literally just came up with that. Very proud of myself. It's the little things in life. Anyway.
Oh boy.
So there's not a lot of ingredients. The Sean Cam can take a breather.
Oh geez.
We don't need that. It is simply potatoes.
All right.
We're using a small little fry pan. This is non-stick with a tablespoon of butter. There's a tablespoon of oil. I'm using half canola and half grapeseed. Grapeseed has a higher smoking point, but I like the flavor of olive oil.
What's smoking point?
At the point which oil starts to smoke, which you don't want it to smoke. Peanut oil has very high.
I never do that.
Yeah, you can find that online, like which is the best. Olive oil is good, but it breaks down quicker, but it's still got a pretty high smoking point.
It sounds like there might be an oil episode in our future.
I have to do some research because there's so many different oils out there.
Now, I'll make sure it happens.
I think avocado oil has a pretty high smoking point, but check that first because I'm not 100% sure.
I'll take care of this. It'll happen.
Okay. We're going to use butter. I cut these up into little dots. We're going to dot this with butter. We're going to do layers of potatoes. We're going to start with a spiral layer and then just fill it in at the top. You don't have to spiral it so much. Cook it on top of the stove. Cook it in the oven. We're going to invert it, and you're going to have this little spiral with this little crunchy top of potatoes. So first things first. Oh, salt and pepper, parsley if you want to put on top, or any fresh or dried herb. I'm just using some dried parsley today. I think that's it. We got some cutting boards, some knives. So I'm going to peel this. We'll come back, slice it up, put this together. I'm going to melt the butter first and get that on the table. That's a lot I'm throwing at you. We're going to do this fast and furious. It's not complicated. Look how few ingredients there are. So let's get started. We'll be right back. The potato is peeled. I'm going to give you half of it.
Okay.
Now, if you don't like this knife, you can use another one. Now, we want to cut these very thinly, like that. Oh. It's like 1/8 of an inch. So this is new for you, I know. See, now that was a little thicker, and that's okay. They're all going to cook. And if you get some that like you only cut and it goes halfway through, that's okay. We'll manage to use those. Do you not like that knife? There's plenty of other knives over there.
Is that okay?
It's a little thick, but if you can get it thinner, that's great. That's your first slice. So, mission accomplished. Potatoes are sliced. So, this is the melted butter and the oil. So, how are we going to show these people how we're doing this? I guess we'll just have to do this and tilt it up to you. So, what you want to do is find one of the smaller pieces. You've got different sizes. So I'm going to start this and you're going to help finish this. So what you want to do is, to make this look pretty on the bottom, get your better slices. And you want to overlap them in a circular pattern around the bottom. If you can see that without moving that around. Go ahead. So just start slightly overlapping them around there.
Like that?
Until you get to the end, the one that I put down first over there.
Like that?
Yeah, so that's good. So we're going to try and just sort of zhush this around. Let me see if I can do this. So that's what it should look like. I'm hoping we can all see this at home. A little circular pattern. So, once you do that, you just want to put a little salt and a little pepper to your liking. I've been realizing I've been putting too much of both of those on. I've been experimenting with this, and it's a little just too much. So we're going to take some of these little dots of butter, and you can grab a couple, and literally just a few around the edge, maybe one in the middle. Oops. They stick to your fingers, especially since it's room temperature. So that's good. One more, and that's good. Okay, so now you don't have to worry so much about the next layers being so beautiful. I mean, you want to do them nicely, but you just sort of want to cover this layer. We're going to fill this in. I'm using a russet potato. Did I mention that? I don't think I did.
I don't know. Tell me again.
I'm using a russet potato.
He's using a russet potato.
So that's good on that. My hands are a little greasy, so you want to do a little salt, a little pepper. Do you want to get some more butter going there, Sean?
Oh, sure.
Just, don't put too much butter in, because I've done that in the past and it's swimming in it. And if that happens as you're cooking it, one time I had way too much. I took a turkey baster and just sort of squeezed some of it out. So you want to just keep layering it until this gets filled to the top. Another layer of potatoes and salt, pepper, each layer, just a little bit. And we'll show you what it looks like, and we'll go to the stove and start cooking it. Potatoes Anna, or Anna, are cooking on the stove top. So let's go over. Take a look. So this is the final layer. A little butter, a little salt, a little pepper on top. Again, it doesn't have to be as pretty on the bottom because we're going to flip this over when it's done. It's cooking on the bottom. Just started sizzling. So we're going to cook this for about 10 to 15 minutes until it gets brown. We'll show you checking that a little bit. So we'll take a pause and we'll come right back. So this has been cooking for about 12 minutes or so. So what you want to do is, I don't know if you can see this or not, Sean. You see how it's getting golden down there?
Yep.
So we're going to let this go for a few more minutes. We're going to put it into a 400-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes until they're done. And we'll take it out and show you what it looks like. It is time to, watch me break the plate.
Oh my God.
Flip the potatoes. So let's take a look. They're not that attractive, right, Sean, when you see them like this?
From the bottom.
Right, but nobody's going to see that.
No.
So I forgot to mention this. This handle under here is oven-proof. So make sure you have an oven-proof fry pan and handle that are good to 400 degrees. Some of them, if you look at them, they'll say like 350. So make sure it's good for 400 or more. So you just want to take this, put the plate like this, flip, pray to the potato gods.
Oh my gosh.
And voila.
Oh my gosh.
Potatoes Anna.
I'm so impressed. I really am impressed, actually.
So, oops, they slide around sometimes
That's
a little
right.
bit. I should have let it sit in the pan a little bit
This
longer.
turned out really good.
But this is what it looks like. You can sprinkle with some parsley or other herbs if you want. Clean up the plate a little bit. And we will show you what it looks like when we cut into it. And we'll have some soon.
Nicely done.
It's time for potatoes Anna. Anna. So I sprinkled a little parsley on top. It's on the plate. Now I've let this sit. This has probably been sitting, when it comes out of the oven, I let it sit for about 5 minutes in the pan. I took a little bit of the oil out. There was a little too much oil and butter in there. I took a little turkey baster and took some out. Sometimes you have to do that, sometimes you don't. It depends how much the potatoes absorb. So err on the side of using not too much butter. I put a little too much. So I took out maybe a tablespoon. But as you can see, it's not like swimming in it.
No, it's great.
It absorbed it. What else was I going to say? There was something else.
We're going to cut it.
Yeah, I know. We have a weapons of choice. I'm not sure which. Oh, once you take it out of the pan, this has been sitting for about 5 minutes. If you do this to it,
oh, that's right, the test.
at first it's sort of like really sliding around. So it's better to let it cool down a little bit. It sets it. So we have this pizza cutter we got, which might work to cut this.
So
I brought
cool looking.
a regular knife. I bought a serrated knife.
Let's
so
try that. You might have to.
it's a little bit weird to cut this thing. I fully admit it, but
Oh, actually,
well, I kind of smashed it around.
I thought I did pretty good.
That's okay. That's okay. So you cut this into as big of small wedges as you want.
Actually, I thought they went pretty well.
You got to show everybody what it looks like before you serve it, because it just sort of destroys it after. But actually, it did. So then you just grab a little, take your fork. Oops, I didn't fully get through over here. And you can grab a wedge. And I missed one of my potatoes. So we'll just, oops, going everywhere. Nobody will know.
No one will know.
So there you go.
You won't tell anyone, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
So, it's not the easiest thing to eat. Cheers, I guess.
Cheers.
It looked like what you're trying to do. So,
sort of.
So when you cut it like this, it kind of goes everywhere. But what you get are some nice cooked, tender potatoes underneath.
Oh, wow.
And the crunchy potatoes on top. You could put some herbs in between. I wouldn't put them on the final layer on top because they'll burn in the oven.
This was lighter than I expected. This top potato chip kind of thing. Oh my god. That's money.
It's buttery, but not too greasy.
It's good.
Just some potatoes, salt and pepper, butter, oil. That's it.
Nicely done.
I'm eating too much again.
I know. So good.
We're hungry.
I know.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
Thank you once again for joining us. Let me chew my food first.
Do we have social media?
Thank you once again for joining us. I'm getting the food out of my mouth.
Oh, sorry.
I always take too big of a bite. But if you're watching, you know that. Facebook, Instagram, Sean Can't Cook, but John can. Subscribe to us down below somewhere. We appreciate the subscribers, the comments. Feedback is always welcome, so happy cooking. We hope you're having a good time, because we're having a good time.
I am crunching away
And
here.
we're really going to have a good time, because we're going to finish this
We are.
thing
This is so good.
right now. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
It's like a great big potato chip.
Mmm. 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 Mmm.